Rafael Nadal just made a gesture so unexpected it brought Alex Eala to her knees in tears. A second home. Words that would change everything for the young Filipino star. Nobody saw it coming, not the fans, not the media, and certainly not Alex herself. What began as a quiet act from one of tennis's greatest legends became a moment so powerful it rippled across the entire tennis world. But this wasn't simply about generosity. This was about legacy, mentorship, and a bond that runs deeper than any trophy. When Alex Eala first arrived at the Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca back in 2018, she was 14 years old, a girl from the Philippines armed with big dreams and even bigger determination. She didn't know anyone. She didn't speak fluent Spanish. And she certainly didn't expect to become part of Rafael Nadal's extended family. But tennis has a way of bringing unlikely souls together. Eala had always admired Nadal from a distance. The warrior spirit, the refusal to surrender a single point, the way he competed as though every match was a matter of survival. For a young player trying to break through in a sport long dominated by European and American talent, Nadal represented something profound, proof that hunger and heart could overcome anything. What she didn't know was that Nadal had been watching her too. From the very beginning, the coaches at the academy noticed something different about Alex. It wasn't just her forehand or her footwork. It was her spirit. The way she trained when no one was watching. The way she pushed through injuries and setbacks without complaint. The way she carried the weight of an entire nation's hopes on her shoulders. A country with almost no tennis infrastructure, counting on one young woman to break through where none had before. Nadal saw himself in that struggle. He understood what it meant to represent something bigger than yourself, to carry a flag that feels heavier than any racket. Spain wasn't always a tennis powerhouse. Before Nadal, before the golden generation, Spanish tennis was an afterthought on the world stage. He had built something from nothing. And now, watching this young Filipino fight her way up from the ground, he recognized a reflection of his own journey. Over the years, their connection deepened. Nadal would occasionally stop by her practice sessions, offering quiet words of encouragement, sometimes just a nod, a smile, a reminder that someone believed in her. For Alex, those moments meant everything. This wasn't just any coach or mentor. This was Rafa, 22 Grand Slam titles, an inspiration to an entire generation of players around the world. But their bond extended well beyond tennis. Nadal recognized the particular loneliness that comes with chasing greatness far from home. Alex had left her family in the Philippines to train in Spain. She celebrated birthdays without her parents. She processed defeats without her childhood friends nearby to comfort her. The academy had become her home. Yes, but it was also a daily reminder of everything she had sacrificed. And Nadal understood sacrifice better than almost anyone alive. So he made it his quiet mission to ensure she never felt entirely alone. He invited her to family dinners during holidays. He checked in after difficult losses. He celebrated her wins as though they were his own. Slowly, without fanfare, he became more than a mentor. He became family. What Alex didn't know was that Nadal had been planning something extraordinary, something that would alter the course of her life. And no one, not even those closest to Rafa, could have predicted what was coming. To grasp the magnitude of what happened, you first have to understand what the Rafael Nadal Academy truly represents. This is not simply a training facility with premium courts and expensive equipment. When the academy opened in 2016 in Manacor, Mallorca, it was built on a philosophy that champions are forged through values, not just victories. Discipline, humility, respect, hard work. These weren't words on motivational posters. They were the foundation of everything that happened within those walls. Nadal poured himself into creating an environment where young players could grow not just as athletes, but as human beings. He wanted to build a place that felt like home, even for kids thousands of miles from their own. Alex Eala became one of the Academy's greatest success stories. In 2022, she made history as the first Filipina to win a Grand Slam singles title, claiming the U.S. Open Junior Championships. The victory sent shockwaves through the Philippines. Streets erupted. Social media exploded. The president congratulated her personally. For a nation-starved of tennis success, Alex was a beacon of hope. But behind the trophy and the headlines was a journey most people never saw. By that point, Alex had spent nearly 5 years at the academy. 5 years of waking before dawn. 5 years of brutal training sessions in the Mediterranean heat. 5 years of watching other girls go home to their families while she stayed behind, alone in a foreign country, chasing a dream that sometimes felt impossibly out of reach. The academy had given her everything she needed to succeed: world-class coaching, elite facilities, sparring partners who pushed her to her limits every single day. But more than that, it had given her a sense of belonging. The coaches became her mentors. The staff became her support system. The other players became her siblings. And Nadal became something like a guardian. There were moments when Alex wanted to quit. Moments when the pressure felt suffocating. Moments when she quietly wondered whether all the sacrifice was worth it. During those dark stretches, it was often Nadal who pulled her back, sometimes with advice, sometimes with nothing more than his presence. He knew what it felt like to doubt yourself, to wonder if you were enough, to carry expectations that could crush even the most resilient spirit. The academy had become her second home in every real sense. Her room, decorated with Philippine flags and family photographs, was her sanctuary. The courts were her battlefield. The dining hall, filled with laughter and shared meals, was where she found friendship. But even with all of that, there was always a part of her that felt untethered, a part that longed for permanence, for roots, for something that couldn't simply be packed up and taken away. She had no idea that Nadal had been thinking about exactly that feeling for months. Away from cameras and media attention, quietly and deliberately, Nadal had been working on something unprecedented, something that reached far beyond coaching or mentorship. He had watched Alex grow from a hopeful teenager into a fierce competitor. He had seen her represent the academy with grace and tenacity. He had watched her carry the Philippine flag with pride at every tournament she entered. And he had decided it was time to make a gesture that truly matched the depth of his belief in her. What he was about to do would leave everyone speechless, including Alex. It was a quiet Tuesday afternoon in November 2024. Nothing about the day seemed remarkable. Alex had just finished a grueling practice session, muscles aching, shirt soaked through with sweat. She was looking forward to a shower, a meal, and maybe a video call with her family back home in the Philippines. Then the message came through. Her mind raced. Had she done something wrong? Was there an issue with her training schedule? Did he need to discuss her tournament plans? "Sit down, Alex," he said gently. She sat, her hands trembling slightly. Whatever this was, it felt significant. Nadal began to speak, his voice calm but carrying emotion beneath the surface. He talked about the first time he met her, about watching her grow, not just as a player, but as a person, about how proud he was of everything she had accomplished, about how completely she embodied everything the academy had been built to stand for. Alex listened, tears already gathering in her eyes, though she couldn't yet understand why. Then Nadal said the words that changed everything. "This academy has been your second home for many years now, but I want to make that official. I want you to know that you will always have a place here, not as a student, not as a guest, but as family." He paused, letting the weight of it settle. "I'm gifting you permanent residency rights at the academy, a private apartment that will always be yours, a lifetime membership to all our facilities, and a formal role as a youth ambassador, so you can help inspire the next generation of players the way you've inspired all of us." The room went silent. Alex's hands flew to her mouth. For a moment, she couldn't breathe. She stared at Nadal, trying to process what she had just heard. A second home, not metaphorically, not as a figure of speech. Literally, permanently, a second home. The tears came then, unstoppable and raw. She tried to speak, but the words caught in her throat. All she could do was rise from her chair and wrap her arms around Nadal, sobbing into his shoulder while nearly everyone else in the room quietly wiped their own eyes. "Thank you," she finally whispered, her voice barely holding together. "Thank you for everything. For believing in me when I had nothing. For making me feel like I belonged." for giving me a family." Nadal held her tightly, his own eyes glistening. "You earned this, Alex. Every single bit of it. This is your home. It always has been." The moment lasted several minutes. Nobody rushed her. Nobody told her to compose herself. They simply let her feel everything she needed to feel. The relief, the gratitude, the overwhelming sense of being truly seen. When she finally pulled away, her face streaked with tears, she looked around the room and saw nothing but warmth and love. These people had witnessed her struggles and her triumphs. They had been there for the victories and the defeats. They were her family. And now, because of Nadal, that family had become permanent. The world, however, was about to have a very strong reaction. Within hours of the private ceremony, word began to leak out. It started with a single cryptic post from the Academy's official Instagram account, a photo of Nadal and Alex embracing, captioned simply, "Family forever." No explanation, no context, just those two words. The tennis world immediately went into overdrive. Fans began speculating wildly. Was this a new coaching partnership? Had something happened behind the scenes? What did it mean? Then Alex posted her own message, and everything became clear. "I don't even have the words right now," she wrote alongside a photo of herself, wiping away tears. "Today, Rafa gave me the most incredible gift, a permanent home at the Academy. Not as a student, but as family. I'm completely overwhelmed. This place saved my life. These people believed in me when I had nothing. And now I get to give back and help the next generation. I love you all so much." The post went viral within minutes. Philippine media picked it up first. Headlines flooded every major outlet. Alex Eala receives life-changing gift from Rafael Nadal. Nadal makes Filipino star permanent family member. Eala's second home. A story of mentorship and love. Filipino fans overwhelmed social media with messages of joy and pride. The hashtag Pinoy Pride trended worldwide. Government officials praised Nadal's generosity. Tennis commentators called it one of the most genuinely moving moments the sport had ever produced. But not everyone was celebrating. Some critics questioned the optics. Why Alex specifically? What about the other talented players at the Academy working just as hard? Was this favoritism? Alex is talented, but there are dozens of kids at that Academy giving everything they have. One tennis blogger wrote, "Why does she get a permanent apartment and they don't?" This feels like Nadal playing favorites. Others raise concerns about what the security might do to her competitive drive. "The best athletes are powered by hunger and adversity," a former coach posted. Giving someone this level of comfort